reaction from the fans was absolutely feral. Big bomb went off. Welcome back to sunny Dublin. The match tonight is the Northside derby, that's Shelbourne versus Bohemians. This is my 4th trip over to Ireland for a Friday night League of Ireland game. Check out the Ireland playlist if you want to see those other videos, and also maybe consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like if you like what you see. On my previous visits to Ireland I've had pretty good luck with the weather, but that luck has definitely run out today. It is a grim old day out here, but I'm only here for 24 hours. I need to make the most of it before the match tonight, so let's get going. Tonight's match is one of the Dublin derbies. Shelbourne and Bohemians are both based in the north side of Dublin, so tonight is the Northside derby. The two stadiums are only about a mile apart, so I thought we'd start off the day by checking them both out. Sadly, the weather has put a stopper on that. It is absolutely awful outside. I got as far as Mount and then I had to abandon. I'm from one of the rainiest places on the planet and even I couldn't handle it out there. So I abandoned my plans and came into the nearest pub. Mount Park, home to Bohemian FC of course. They've been there for over 120 years and the first match there back in 1901 was actually against tonight's opposition, which is Shelbourne. Pelé played there with Santos in 1972 and I came here last year for Bows versus Shamrock Rovers and absolutely loved it. A really traditional stadium. You enter the main stand by this little alley between some of the houses, but 2 of the old stands had actually been condemned after a few different plans to redevelop the stadium fell through over the years. Finally though, redevelopment has started and the plan is by 2026 the capacity will be just under 8,000. I hope they keep some of the traditional features there though, because it's a really special place. One of the things that I wanted to do on my way from Mount to Tolka was walk past Croke Park. It's the 3rd largest stadium in Europe with a capacity of over 82,000, but football or soccer isn't actually played there. It's used for Gaelic sports. They allowed football to be played there from 2007 to 2009 while Lansdowne Road was redeveloped into what is now the Aviva Stadium, and that was a really controversial issue. When I was a kid, I'd heard about this enormous, mythical, mysterious stadium in Dublin that was one of the biggest in the world, and football wasn't allowed to be played there. So I was really looking forward to seeing it, but unfortunately I've not had the opportunity today. Hopefully we'll be able to see it on my next trip to Dublin. I'm sure I'll come back. The end point of my planned walk was supposed to be Tolka Park, the home stadium of Shelbourne. Obviously didn't get the chance to check it out before the match, but we'll be able to see it later. In the meantime, I guess we better try and find an indoor activity. The weather's still awful. I've managed to find an indoor activity thankfully. It's a retro video games bar called Token. So let's dive in there, hopefully have some fun to cheer us up, get out of this rain. Really cool vibe in here. It's pretty quiet right now, but I'm sure later on it'll be pretty lively and just people everywhere playing games. Basically what happens is you buy tokens, you put those in the machines to play. There's plenty here, some classics, Mario Kart, which I love, Street Fighter 2, which I love, so I've had a go on a few of those. Perfect activity for getting out of the rain on a day like this. It turns out they also do a meal deal, so that's a main for your food, a side, a drink, and 20 tokens to play on the machines. I went for the buffalo wings, and I just went for some chips on the side, a beer, and I've got my 20 tokens to play on Mario Kart and Street Fighter and everything and all the rest. And this is the perfect spot out of the rain for me to tell you how much everything was. I tell you what, for a change, let's do it in euros. Return flights from Manchester to Dublin were a bargain, only €39. Very happy with that. I got the local bus from the airport to Dalymount with the best of intentions of walking to Tolka. Obviously that didn't work out, but I'm going to get the bus back from Tolka after the match, and that's a €5 round trip, which again is another bargain. For this trip, again, I'm in and out in 24 hours, so my accommodation costs are zero. That's actually a really big saving because accommodation in Dublin is expensive. Here in Token Bar, this deal, the burger, side, beer and 20 tokens for the games was €35, and I think that's a really reasonable deal. And finally, my ticket for the match tonight was €17. The League of Ireland providing brilliant value again. So this entire trip cost a grand total of €96. I think that might be a record low for one of my trips. I hope you found that helpful if you're looking at doing something similar, but now it's time for the match, so let's head to Tolka Park. Today, glad to be here now. Apparently, I think it's going to be a sellout tonight. Shelbourne have been playing here since the 1950s. There's been a couple of Republic of Ireland internationals played here in the 80s and 90s. There's a Save Tolka Park campaign going on at the moment. It'd be a real shame for the community if they lost this place. It's one of these traditional stadiums that we've seen a lot in Ireland. Maybe a little bit neglected, but there's a lot to love about the place. A few areas are out of use now, but it looks like the away fans are away to my right there. The Bows fans, some of the Shell supporters to my left, and there's a big old stand in the far corner there. It looks like it's not used anymore, but I already love the place. I love these League of Ireland stadiums, just full of character. Another interesting story that's going on at Shelbourne at the moment is they've been taken over by the Turkish owner of Hull City, so there might be some money coming into them now. That financial advantage could really help them. Who knows with these clubs now getting into the Conference League, a bit of money coming in, they might be able to kick on. Interesting one to keep an eye on. Settled on standing behind the goal, kick-off time, let's go. Half-time, Shells 0, Bows 0. Fans before kick-off were great, as always, in the League of Ireland. And a load of colour from both sides. Bows fans throwing all sorts of flares on the pitch. Flags in the Shells end. Really great from both sets of supporters. The game hasn't matched up to that, really. It's been openings rather than chances. Both teams look pretty dangerous from set pieces, but that's about it. Not a lot to report. It's rained all day, it started to rain again, and no goals yet, so come on, there's got to be a winner, please. 1-0 to Shells. Wicked shot got parried out, slammed in the rebound. The reaction from the fans was absolutely feral. They went absolutely crazy. The flares are going off, big bomb went off. 1-0. I've moved stands after seeing the reaction to the goal. I've got to be in here. Equaliser for Bowes. Afolabi, the danger man with the shot, goalie couldn't keep it out, parried it into the roof of the net. Bowes fans went absolutely crazy. 10 minutes to go, let's see if we can get a winner. That's it then, full time, Shells won, Bowes won, probably a fair result on the balance of the match. They had me worried at half time, not a lot happened in that first half, and the crowd, dare I say, was a little bit quiet as well, apart from pre-match. Second half, completely changed. When that goal went in for Shells, this place absolutely exploded. I don't think I've ever seen a reaction like that. Like I said before, it was absolutely feral. People went crazy. I underestimated just how much these two sets of supporters hate each other. Same when Bowes equalised. Unreal scenes in their end. Really good second half. I'm glad that the day ended on a positive note for me. Unfortunately for both sets of fans, they only get a point, but at least no one goes away with defeat. I've really enjoyed it again. League of Irelands delivered again. I'll see you on the next one.